Hi guys, and welcome to another breakdown video. And yeah, after this cool little intro, I will now introduce to the new blueprint and the new vehicle. It's a nuclear powered attack submarine, and yeah, in the next minutes we will, I don't know, talk about this cool little project that I did. Now, uh, before we do anything else, I need to quickly explain how to set up this vehicle in your level, because there is some things that you need to do before you can use it in your level, and I will explain. Now, this blueprint was created in mind with allocation of the Z to be 0. And for example, if you have a, I don't know, pre-purchase level, and if you do, or even if you build your own level, I don't know, I mean, the chances of you being at 0 sea level is very slim. So you need to do just one thing, this submarine to work in any of your level. For example, if you have any landscape and you have a water plane like this one, and your water plane is at 450, for example, or you can put it to 0. If you put it to 0, this is a 0 level, and your submarine should be at minus 450, and that is it. If you're, for example, you have your water at Z point at 1000, you put your submarine 1000, or because the center of the mass is here, you can lower it here, and there is one variable that you need to set. So if you have your submarine at point of 680, you copy that and copy here, and that is it. Now submarine is ready to use in any level. Now let's do that again. For example, you have a surface level, you put a submarine, I don't know, here, let's say it for 4000, and just imagine there is a water here. Let's take this like so. So it's a 4000. You just copy and pass it here, and your submarine is ready. There is this is very important, and I intentionally put it right away, because this video will be in the description, and many of you will not watch it all to the end. And yeah, so your submarine is ready, and there is something that this variable do, like it measures water, it measures altitude, depth, and all the good stuff. Also, it's use a custom water line. This is the water above, and yeah, the shader is heavily relying on this input. So yeah, this is just one thing that you need to do for this sub to work in any of your level, in any of your position. And when you set it up, you just put this like here, and you are ready to go. So yeah guys, remember, if your sub is at Z point, surface level need to be same, and blueprint will work. If you do not do that, there is some strange issues that will happen. Now let's reload the map and talk about this map. About this blueprint, sorry. So yeah, let's bring it to the surface. Where it is? Here it is. So yeah guys, this is the new blueprint that I created, and we will after this short introduction, I don't know, make some a reference video about what this blueprint can do for you. Now, for example, this submarine was intended to be auto-possessed, so you need to check use a vehicle without the character, and now use auto-possess. And this was intended to be like a hero unit in your level or something like that, or maybe commander vehicle. I will explain that later. For example, if you remember Battlefield 4, there is a commander slot, maybe commander could use this vehicle. But if you have a, I don't know, single player level and you want to use it just like a regular level, there is actually entrance here. And if we now hit play, and yeah, my default pawn is here. So yeah, we can possess the vehicle, we can next, just like ordinary, I don't know, tank or APC. But and this will work if you dive in at certain depth. You will not able to get out, and all of that good stuff. Now, but the default is to be used as auto possess. Now there is we will go to this variable quickly, and we will test it in the level and show its functionality. Now, use inverted pitch is self-explanatory. You can use this to invert your pitch. Sorry. Use repossess character after that. I put this to be a variable mainly when the submarine dies. Last position of your character will be auto-possessed. Now, you can use this in, I don't know, your level where you have a water or you have a character, but if you use it without a character, this is inactive. Use visions on our camera. Pretty much we have a couple of visions that we can use only in periscope camera, but if you turn this on, you can use it with a back camera also. And we have a third camera that is unaffected by this. Use SLAM humming. This is for cruise missiles. They are located here. And actually, if we go just a little bit, we can see that we have actually missiles here. This is continuous homing for the missiles when you are on the tactical map that I will showcase shortly. But this will pretty much follow your cursor, and you can use that. I don't know. I just put it here. Default is off because it's overpowered. Use torpedo wire guide. This is also by default on, and when you fire the torpedo, you will actually possess the torpedo and able to fly around. I mean, swim around. Sorry. So use torpedo sonar. Same thing. When you fire the torpedo, we have like some detection when you are looking up and with the torpedo camera, and I will show that shortly. It will be more clear in action. Health attack submarine. This is self-explanatory. It's a health 100, minimum is 1. So if you need a level where you have a damage submarine, yeah, you lower that. Health refresh rate, self-explanatory. Every second 2 points will be refreshed. Health refreshed cooldown rate 8 seconds need to pass before the last damage until this kick in. Use health widget. This is if you want to show or hide health widget, and actually it's redundant because I hide this health widget altogether because, like I said, this is like a hero unit, one unit, but you can use it if you want to have multiple submarines. Surface level set, most important. This is to set up your sea level, like I said. So please, guys, if your submarine is at 0 point, it needs to be 0. this can be this can be I don't know, anywhere, but it will not then surface. The best way is to position the water plane just above the this line, because this is the imaginary water line, and actually it's a dynamic line. We will show that shortly. And sorry about this pop-up. So oh, sorry, not my blueprint, this is one. Implode depth set. First of all, let's take a look about this. This is the minus 250. This is the maximum depth for the submarine. And after that we have a minus 350, where the submarine will actually self-destroy. And this is variables that came out from my research. So for this submarine, minus 250 according to available sources is the max depth, but it was tested on minus 350, so I didn't know where to put implode, and I didn't want to player to just implode after 250. So yeah, but you can change this, and remember to be in minus, even if this is the minus 1000, for example, this is a different variable. So yeah, because blueprint will minus 1000 will read like a 0. So if you take this is 0, this need to be in the minus. So you can use it in your level if you have a deeper level, or I don't know. Custom line. Okay, this is the line, and you can pretty much set it here to be any if you have a level with I don't know, short sorry, not short, little water, you can make shader to behave like this. Or if you have a submarine in dry dock, you put this to value according to your, again, surface level, and you will have a pretty dry submarine. If you uncheck this, the water line will always follow surface level set, and it will be always at this position. No matter what you do, the blueprint will calculate it and put it on this position. Missiles, we have a 12 torpedo, 12 cruise missiles here. We have actually they are fully modeled. They are not. I got a lot of emails asking me, are the missiles included? They are present here always. They are modeled. And yeah, we have working missiles, and they are actually included with the blueprint. So I mean, to clarify that, I get sometimes emails about my helicopters, are the missiles included, and all the stuff. Yeah, it's included, it's in there. So we have a tactical camera movement speed. I will explain it later. The default is 25. This is a tactical camera. I will get that shortly. Missile ammo set. This is the maximum of the ammo for missiles. For example, maximum is 12. If you have if you think this is overpowered, you put it to 4, and you have only 4 available missiles. You want to disable it, put it to 0, but I do not recommend it, at least to be 1. So yeah, you cannot go above the 12, because we have a 12 torpedo tubes. But if you want unlimited missiles, you put this to 12 and you put this to 0, and every time you fire the missiles, it will be instantly replenished. So basically it gives you unlimited missiles. Sorry guys, my YouTube is popping up. So this is the refresh time for the TLAM. This is actually missiles, and default is 120 seconds. When you fire the missiles after 120 seconds, it will be replenished. If you do not want that, you uncheck this, and this will be invalid. Same thing for the torpedo. We have 4 tubes, we have 4 torpedoes slots, and same thing, max is 4, min is 1, and if you want unlimited torpedo, just put this to 1. Torpedo ready time. Basically, because we have two sets for the torpedo. We have a wire guide and stupid torpedoes. I mean, when you fire, forget, and it will just follow the line. And we have a 1 second delay. And this is the because the actually doors here need to be closed. Let me take. Yeah, I don't know. You can see that, but they are actually here doors that open and close, and 1 second they are delay time between the firing. If you want to disable that, put to 0. Sorry, you can put it 0. It needs to be 1 or above, because actually door need to be closed. Torpedo remaining time, and after you fire torpedo, you have a 120 seconds to do something with it, or it will be self-destruct. So yeah, if you want unlimited travel time, put it something to ridiculous value, and it will be, it will not be self-destroyed. So yeah, I think this is the all the variables that I need to mention. Sorry, I go pretty fast because video gets longer and longer, and yeah, some of you do not watch until at the end and later send me emails, and then I need to point it out. But yeah, it's not hassle for me, just I want to keep it short and actually showcase the sub in action. Let's bring our water plane back. Let's put the default values. So yeah, guys, let's test it out and in the wild. And yeah, like I said, it's auto possess, and this is the best case used for the submarine. And yeah, we have a free working camera. We have some nice shaders when you go above the surface. We have a acceleration. We have now particle effects on the surface. We have all the sounds, and actually we have a stalker here, another submarine. We'll take that shortly. And now let's dive. So yeah, we have a 4 power of the speed. Control it with Q and Y. Decrease, increase power. We have a periscope range, and that is pretty useful thing. But you need to be above 16 meters of the depth, and you can deploy the periscope. And actually, you can switch to periscope camera and use all the visions on the camera. We can resurface again. And we can dive again to deeper. And actually, the periscope will auto lower when you cross over depth of the 16, and that is reason why you need to set up your submarine right to work in your level. And yeah, we have a depth indicator, we have a speed indicator, we can zoom in and zoom out on this camera. We can turn around. It's a pretty slow submarine, but the feeling is, for me, it's just quite the right feeling. And this is the first time that I managed to do it pretty fast. Just I don't know how many, maybe 5 or 6 test cases, and I nailed it for my feeling. I do not know how the submarines work, but it's slow, it has a weight, and it will surface pretty much how you're holding the space button, and you can actually pitch around it and dive even deeper. and as we dive we can see that we have some particles effects like bubbles, and we can just stop and it will stop quickly because of the water. And actually I need to mention there is no water level here, no water volume at all. This is all done in blueprint. It's all done in the blueprint, so no water needed, no water volume needed. I will explain that later on in the end of the video why did I do that. And yeah, this is the movement of the submarine. Now let's take weapons, just a quick restart, because I have a target set up here. Now let's take a first this tactical map. And yeah, this is a tactical map. I think it for a long time how could I do launching of this 12 missiles from this little submarine. And yeah, I did some tests and I on the end came up with this one, and it's a pretty cool solution. We have an overview of the submarine, and if you remember tactical speed map, this is actually tactical speed map that I mentioned. So if you hold right mouse button, you can move the tactical map, and the speed are indicated by that value. So you can lower it if you want to really slow scrolling speed, or I don't know. For me, this works. Uh, this is as I said, we have a 12 cruise missiles, and those are actually little boats. And there are additional things that you can do if you deploy the periscope. Currently it's undeployed, but if you deploy it, you can now zoom in with this tactical map in and zoom out. So yeah, this has some gameplay. I don't know, I wanted to do just with this periscope besides the lowering and raising the periscope, and I came out with this one. And we have pretty much half the resolution, but when we zoom in we can see that this is actually the boat, and this is the custom blueprint that I created. So yeah, let's just fire one missile. For example, let's fire on this boat, and we have impact and the boat is synced. And if you remember the missile homing point that I mentioned later, that is by default off, at this point when you fire the missile at this little boat, it will track it and you can do anything. But if you enable that variable, you can actually adjust the impact of the missile. But I think that is overpowered, so I disable it. But I left the options for you guys if you want to enable it, maybe like upgrade or something. And this is a powerful little missile. It's a fucking tomahawk, and it has a splash damage that will actually destroy those two boats together. And yeah, destroyed. And when you are in this tactical map, you cannot move the submarine. You cannot. You need to set it properly. So yeah, this is like a cat and mouse. If you have another submarine, you have this all firepower, but you cannot move. You cannot control the submarine. You need to get to this position to control it. So actually, and tactical map will work on as long as you are on the periscope depth. So for example, you can hide your submarine, you can put it on minus 15 meters, and pretty much you will get unnoticed. And this is pretty scary how submarines are working. So yeah, we are at 14 meters and we can access the the submarine, and actually we cannot find it, but if we hit middle mouse button we will recenter it, and actually we are dead on the submarine, and we can still see it. I don't know where it is. There should be periscope visible, but they are so tiny that is unnoticeable. So yeah, guys, this is a very powerful tool to do. And we have just one little submarine, dummy boat. Let's destroy it, and then we will do same things for the torpedoes. And bye bye. And actually, if we visit this little, we have a sinking wreck of the dummy boat. And yeah, it will sink. Bye bye. So yeah, guys, now let's take a look at the torpedoes. We have 4 torpedo tubes, and you can fire it only in this position or on the periscope range. Periscope range also has some additional things like rotation. We have a zoom, and yeah, it can be a pretty useful thing. Also, we have a periscope range. Currently it does not track water, but you can do it in your level. It only tracks the terrain, so we have this result here. So yeah, let's fire the torpedo. And like I said, we have a fire guiding torpedo, and that ping that you heard, that is actually the sonar. For example, we will miss this, but we will turn around. And we have a 120 remaining time for the torpedo. After that it will self-destruct, and like I said, you can pretty much change that. And movement of the torpedo, for me it's just right. It's a slow, not too fast, and you can control it, and you can look around and find your targets. And this is what I said about the sonar. If you find a target, the sonar will start the sound, and actually it will increase until you are dead on the target, and after some distance it will stop. And yeah, this is a submarine, and now we will hit it with this torpedo. And let's visit the impact. We have actually pretty cool animation of the submarine being destroyed and sinking to the bottom. And we have an end effect where the submarine will be destroyed. But actually, this is a pretty deep, we have actually terrain there. If we hit with the wreck, we hit the terrain, it will level. It's a pretty cool effect. It will level the submarine, and it will stay on the bottom, and after some time it will be destroyed. So yeah, and if you do not, like I said, for the torpedoes, they are currently used as a homing. If you change the torpedoes to be dump torpedoes, sorry, I fired it. I didn't dive in. So yeah, this is you can play like a cat and mouse with your target. But I like it to be my personal preference to be wire guided, because it gave some depth to the game. They are not too fast, and they are not too agile, and even if you want to limit them, just limit the lifespan of the torpedo. Now let's take yeah, let's put this submarine somewhere like deep point, deeper. Basically, how this work, If we have a 2450, that is when blueprint calculated, that is a minus 255 meters. That is just the right. Sorry, I can't see jack shit. I may be overdone with the fog. But let's just dive. This is just this demo level. Sorry guys, oops again. And now we have this like max depth exceeded, and this is our cue to get up, dive out. Now this is a missed opportunity from me. I only remember this after I submitted this project, so maybe I should done it that when you go deeper, even deeper, the health starts to decrease and eventually you implode. So I will probably that add in the next update. So yeah, we are currently diving even deeper, and I really don't know how much we can go down. I don't know what depth is the terrain, because I generated the terrain in World Creator and just import it, so it's a mystery for me too. So if we are going even deeper, you will start to hear even more noises. And sorry for the fog guys, and yeah, this is a little better. Yep, I just set this level like that because I like the feel and the mood of this level. Yeah, it's a pretty deep terrain. I don't know how. It's a Mariana Trench or something. Actually, if you are near the bottom or you find some terrain obstacles, you have a sonar that will, just like in these cases, if you do not see jack shit, it will activate the impact sonar few meters before the impact point of the terrain. But I do not think that we will see that here, because we are rapidly approaching the implode depth of this sub. So yeah, we have this max depth exceeded UI. We have red letters. In our current depth we have very spooky screeching sounds, and that is our cue. And yeah, you can actually hear the sonar. We are actually near the bottom. And actually we are hitting something. I don't know if you can hear that. Yep, we are near the bottom, guys. We actually hit something. You can see our health are going up. We hit something, and because we are sinking and hit something, our health decreases. Come on. I really wanted to implode this sub, I don't know why. And this blueprint was built from the scratch, so let's just wait to implode. So if you find any bugs or any missing features, please just send me an email. And yeah, this is it. 350 meters is the maximum depth, and after that it will implode and go away. Now let's take it again. No, sub, and let's bring it to 0. And I don't know if I missed something or that is it. Like I said, we have torpedoes here. We have sorry, cruise missiles. We have torpedoes. It's all included here, guys. So yeah, all of my work came with missiles and torpedoes. I don't know why some people think that this is like a separate thing. And we have a new blueprint also. We have this dummy boat that I created, and this is just like for for testing because I get bored of shooting these little things. This was like my default target, these cubes here, and I got sick and tired of shooting them, so I created this little dummy boats here, and they are only for the nothing special, just for me to test this sub. So yeah, guys, again, very important to set this surface level. Again, I need to uh, I need to tell this again. So if you have 500, your sub is 500, your surface level need to be 500, and now sub thinks this is the 0, and you can see the water line remain the same. If you put this to 250, 250. If you do not put it, that giveaway, if you forget to do this, the sub will be all covered in this like a wet texture. So you need to put this to be like that. And now you can bring your water plane. This is just default water plane from the Epic content. I have permission to use it, and you can put it just slightly below or on the surface line, and you are set to go. Everything will work just fine. But please, guys, do not forget to do that. I have a gut feeling that I will get a lot of angry emails asking me, hey, about your stuff, and that doesn't work, you suck. And I can understand that, really. I will always respond in any mails. Every single mail that I receive, every single review, every single question, I will respond it. But sometimes Outlook filters my emails, or in this case your emails, directly to the junk, and I sometimes miss it. But I regularly check my junk. I don't know, maybe in for 2 days, or in every time that I just see, hey, where are my mails? And Outlook just filters to the junk. I don't know why. Maybe it's my phone, maybe it's my PC, maybe it's, I don't know. It's a never-ending battle. Sometimes even from the Epic domain, straight to the junk. I know, straight to the junk. So yeah, guys, but I will find it and I will answer it. So I tried to keep it short, this video, because I get a lot of emails asking me, hey, your videos are too long. But this is really complicated blueprint. I mean, let's open it for the just sake it. And yeah, look at that. This is all the blueprint, and it's all labeled nicely, like my old blueprints. For example, nodes that are inputs, and well, cameras and other stuff are green. Functions are in this shade of the green. This is like entering the exiting vehicle. This is only for the testing, like hiding the HUD and pausing the game. Currently is connected for this review, but it's unconnected. And event begin play is white, and event crashes, those like a general purpose nodes, and event hits are in this shade of the yellow. So yeah, it's a huge blueprint, but it's a pretty organized blueprint, so you will have a you will not have a much trouble finding out everything. And actually now this is the time to explain on the end. It's not very important why I didn't use the water volume. If we take a look here, we have actually physics volume here. I actually use this physics volume like a bounding box for this sub. For example, you will select this box, you will have exposed variable here, and you select your physics volume, and you are set to go. Now the sub was bound to this bounding box on the half of the height of the bounding box. But then I got asked myself, well, there is no point to bound to submarines on any point except the up. And even that is a question things, and I will explain it later, because I really like to, for people, when you are reusing my blueprint for something else different and send me some cool stuff, and I said, wow, this is nice. So yeah, then I switch up the blueprint to use this surface level. It's a more convenient stuff. If you want boundary box, pretty much you will always have some terrain, like here, for example. If we hide all of this, let's hide the fog. And yeah, we have a terrain here. This is just a random terrain generated. But if we go outside the terrain, there is nothing here. There is nothing at all. This is pretty big terrain, don't get me wrong. This is a 115 long submarine, and this is the huge terrain. But then if you want to cover all that surface, you will need this boundary box to be at exact point, this physics volume, and that is hassle to set up. So I use this surface level, and yeah, the results are pretty much cool. But what is even cooler, if you open this blueprint and go to this max dive and tinker with this blueprint. Sorry guys, I needed to cut some things out because my microphone was strange. So yeah, like I said, if you open this blueprint and came to limit max and min dive, you can actually make this blueprint behave like a spaceship, for example. Just change this static mesh, skeletal mesh for I don't know, something big like a battle cruiser, and put a different dome around it, and you have a pretty much spaceship blueprint ready. Just change couple of variables here, and yeah, you can now you can have unlimited movement, and it's a pretty slow, it's a pretty cool movement. And yeah, I was thinking, yeah, you can reuse this blueprint, for example, for that. And if you have this physics volume, you cannot do that, or you can need to set up this huge physics volume. And sometimes you just do not need it. If you have a naval game, you don't need a physics volume for characters. It's just a waste. So yeah guys, that was my point of the thinking. So yeah, this is the attack submarine. It will be available almost immediately as I release this video, because it's already approved by the Epic, and I am very glad about that. So yeah, thank you very much, and if you find any bugs and requests, please send the email and I will respond to it shortly. So yeah guys, see you next time, and thank you very much.